see stocks like Palantir down 7% here today, Shopify down 7%, Fubo down 6+%, right? A lot of big downward moves. I mean, Palantir, it just goes back to where it was a few days ago, but nonetheless, a 7% move is pretty darn big, right? You got a lot of these big dog stocks making some pretty nice downward moves as well, 3+%, right? Tesla, Tesla. You got PayPal, which I like this setup going into earnings. I will be honest. I'd rather have us, have a cold day going into the earnings report than a red hot day. You got Amazing's on down about 3% here today, Meta down about 3%. I mean, if you add up the market caps just between what Tesla's down here today, Amazon's down here today, and Meta's down here today, that's probably, I would say, about $100 billion, if not a little over $100 billion of market capitalization lost right there just between those three stocks here today, right? You look at safety stocks. I have a safety stocks watch list, and the reason I have this is most of these stocks are not even interesting to me, even remotely. The reason I have this watch list is strictly for days like today. I usually don't even look at this watch list unless it's a day like today where you're seeing a lot of huge downward moves, because I want to see, is this a broad sell-off of the market, like everybody's just selling everything, or is this some sort of repositioning of stocks and some sort of rotation, okay? And what we're going to find here today is clearly this is some sort of like, oh, let's sell out of some of these, big dog stocks or these stocks that have been performing really well, and let's rotate some of that money into safety stocks, because safety stocks are doing great today. I mean, look at how many green stocks there are for safety stocks watch list here today. That's extraordinary. You know what else I want to say? I want to say, okay, where's the hottest place in the stock market been? I'll tell you exactly where the hottest place in the stock market has been AI stocks. I have a watch list full of AI stocks, okay? These aren't the only AI stocks, it's just a lot of AI stocks. Let's see how all those guys are doing today. We got any green? Absolutely not. It is Red Dead Redemption across AI stocks here today, right? AMD, which had a horrible earnings report, absolutely dumpster fire. We looked at that earnings report in yesterday's video, right? It was awful. And the stock was actually going up after hours, which, just kind of told you that people are just really looking in the future. But here today, the reality check came in and the stock is down about 7%, right? Palantir, obviously, we spoke about. NVIDIA taking a big downward move. The reason NVIDIA is really taking a big downward move is because AMD's numbers were so bad that a lot of people are starting to doubt NVIDIA's numbers. They're like, I even heard somebody say NVIDIA's lying about their numbers, okay? Listen. NVIDIA is way ahead of AMD in regards to selling AI-related chips, okay? And so AMD, you could see a lot of very nice numbers from AMD in 2024, but this year, NVIDIA is the one putting up the big numbers, okay? So I think some people are making the mistake that assuming because AMD's numbers are bad, NVIDIA's numbers are going to be bad. I mean, AMD's revenue was down 18%. So a lot of people are saying, how in the hell is NVIDIA going to have revenue up 60+%, which is what the company was saying they're going to do and what analysts have them doing, 65% growth. Like, usually AMD and NVIDIA are going to grow somewhat similar. One shrinking their business that substantially and then one growing their business that substantially, that's, it's something that freaks people out, right? And so obviously anything AI related today, down, down, down. Banking related. Yeah, you got some big downward moves even in banking today, right? SoFi making a pretty big downward move. It's back under $10 again, about a 5% downward move. Ally, 4% move. Deutsche Bank, I love saying Deutsche Bank, that one down about 2.7%. So banking plays all down across the board. Big tech in general, yeah, a lot of Red Dead Redemption out there. Palo Alto Networks down 6+% here today. Snowflake down about 6%. Micron down almost 4% here today. So a lot of big downward movers for the big tech. Avant. Let's talk about Avant for a minute, right? This stock's roaring. I mean, the past month is up 90%. I think it's really two reasons. Earnings, obviously, is getting this company close to profitability, and obviously the revenue numbers are ridiculous for this company. I think that's definitely helped, but I do believe it's also like we're going a little more risk on in the market right now. I'm looking at a lot of different stocks that seem like risk on, but a lot of people are wondering, like, can Avant keep building on these gains? Is it going to take a breather? Those sorts of things. The problem with Avant, okay, has nothing to do with their numbers. I mean, the numbers are extraordinary. The problem with Avant is it's such a small cap company. People start to build distrust because a lot of times they just release their numbers every 3 months. You don't get a lot of news from them. And so something the company's got to do better is Keep investors up to date with what's going on in the business throughout a quarter. They should hire a social media manager that works part-time and you pay him, I don't know, 20, 25 bucks an hour or whatever. They can post pictures of the facilities and what they're up to and orders and what the product's looking like. And if they ever have any big news, like in the middle of a quarter, around a new customer or something, like announce that. Because at the end of the day, like people just, want to see like, information. To wait 3 months, like that seems like an eternity in regards to stocks. They start feeling uncomfortable. You look at a stock like Palantir. Palantir, they do a big time because Palantir is a big time company, right? Norton and Avantine, they don't have to do this. They don't have to do press releases. They can just post on social media and whatnot and have up their social media game in a pretty substantial way, which I think needs to be done. But you look at Palantir, look at how often Palantir releases press releases around news, right? Palantir is one of the best companies in the financial markets about keeping the investors like understanding what's going on, right? And also remember, employees also read all this stuff as well. So employees get to keep up to date with everything going on inside the organization. So if I just had one piece of advice for Avant, other than getting that net income to consistently, positive numbers, it would be hire an intern, like pay somebody part-time to come take some pictures and post on social media and keep everybody in tune. And also, they'll build more publicity the more they post on social media in regards to more customers around their brands and everything like that. So that's my opinion. That needs to happen there. And then we can talk about momentum continuing to build there and just investors feeling better, okay? Some of the best stock market investing opportunities you will ever find in your life are going to be companies that actually sell to mainly a female customer base. And I want to take you guys through a few of these stocks, right? Ulta Beauty, this stock in the past 14, 15 years is up 5,000 plus %. Okay, that's a life changer. That's not just a stock that, did really well. That's a life-changing stock Ulta Beauty's been over the past 14, 15 years, right? Louis Vuitton, obviously their handbags, super high end. They own all those luxury brands, and much of their customer base is females, right? Over the past 10 years, the stock is up over 400%. Not necessarily a life-changing stock, but damn, that's some pretty good performance. I can tell you, if every stock I own gets 400+% gain over a 10-year basis, I'll be a very happy camper. That is perfectly fine with me, baby, okay? My best dividend stock in my dividend portfolio, guess what it is? It's a company that sells to mainly female customers. Tapestry, okay? Coach, Kate Spade, Stuart Weitzman. It's my best performing stock. Not only do I make silly dividend money every 3 months this company pays me out, but I've also, just on the share price appreciation over time, made 236% on this stock, right? So nonetheless, don't ever forget about many of these companies that have female customer bases as, a huge portion of their, let's call it customer base, because you're just going to miss out on a lot of opportunities out there, okay? And so I just always need to say that, okay?